I really appreciate my mum. She's the most thoughtful and selfless person I've ever known. No matter how stressful her life gets, she will always make time in her day to let me know exactly how much she loves me and how much she enjoys being around me. And if I have something that I really need her to be there for, she will always be there. It doesn't matter like what's going on or what deadlines she has. And even when I don't ask, she just always turns up. And I just think that is so selfless and amazing. I don't know anyone else like that. And some things I've learned from her, because I can't just pick one. She's taught me how to be a strong woman. She's taught me how to be kind to people, how to be pragmatic. She also taught me how to treat myself, because sometimes you can forget that you are actually somebody that needs to be treated well by yourself, and she's always kind of shown me that, and she's just shown me such an amazing example of exactly who I want to be. So yeah.
I love and appreciate my mum so much because she has massively supported me throughout my life and has always encouraged me to keep going. One of the things she has taught me is to recognise but also embrace my differences to other people and my path in life, because there's so much God has called me to do, and if I really embrace that and press into that, I'll make the most out of life. So yeah.
So I love my mum because she's always been there for me and she always gives the best advice, whether I follow it or not. It always turns out to be the right thing that I should have done. And one thing I've learnt from my mum is how to go through life smiling.
So one of the reasons that I love my mum is because she was the most loving, caring and selfless person I've ever known. And one thing that she taught me, that would be like to be grateful for the smallest things, because that's going to bring you a lot of happiness. So just do it.
So I think the first thing would be like how much she I have two little sisters, and just the amount of faith that she has in everything we do, in everything that we put our mind to. And I can definitely say that like I wouldn't be doing the things that I am without her faith, and which is so inspiring. Like her faith is so inspiring to me. It's definitely helped me to grow more in my faith and just be able to distinguish things that are happening in my life to what's really important. So yeah, that's definitely there. One thing that I've learnt from my mum is I've just learnt so much from her. Again, I think just being able to ground myself on the things that are the most important, and seeing the things that she's gone through in her life has really just made me really thankful to what I have, and just constantly being thankful to how lucky I am to be studying where I am, to have the support that I have. And yeah, it's also helped me to be a better role model for my two little sisters. And yeah, I feel like there's just so much that I could say. She's taught me a lot, and she's taught me to just have joy in whatever is happening in life. Also, which is probably the biggest thing, like whenever I talk to her, I just know everything's gonna be fine. So yeah, that's my mama.
I really appreciate my mom because she's endured the pain of having me and then raising me, because I can be quite a difficult child sometimes, but she's put up with my excuses and also helped me locate my items when I can't seem to find them, which was really useful. Thank you, Mom, for that. Two things that my mom has taught me is to be kind and generous to others, and that's definitely easier said than done, but somehow my mom, she has been crushing it.
One thing I really appreciate about my mum is that she has the genuine time for other people, and if she is busy doing something, she'll say like, can we rearrange, because I really still want to meet up with you and talk to you, which I love. One thing that I've learned about my mum is that not to just look at an outward emotion, but to try and see the beyond that, and maybe see their inward cry as well, just to get to the root of the problem a bit quicker. I love my mum to bits, and I'm so fortunate to have her in my life.
I really appreciate my mother because she's the best mom that I could ask for. She's done so much for me over the past many years, and she's always there for me at my lowest points. She sacrificed a lot of her time and energy for me and my sister and our family, even though we sometimes take it for granted and we really shouldn't. One thing that I've learned from my mother is to be considerate. She really sets a good example of how to think of other people's feelings before her own, and that's something that I'm still trying to emulate.
So I appreciate my mum because, basically she's a complete living legend. She is incredibly kind and very funny, and just has enormous capacity for a completely extraordinary number of people and projects, and I think she is someone who has an enormous amount of love and knows how to receive it and how to give it. And one thing I have learnt from my mum, so many things, but I think the most important lesson I've learnt from my mum in the last year is the power of your voice and how to be a voice for the voiceless. And she just uses all the amazing gifts that she has to speak up for people who are not able to speak up for themselves, and to defend them, and to be their support and encouragement. And I have learnt a lot about the power of my voice because of her. So yeah, love my mum.